Welcome back to the channel. We're the Bet Boost Brothers. I'm Willie D.
And I'm Big Mike.
Today we're going to recap Sunday's action. A bit of mixed results, some success, some unfortunate events. And then, of course, we're going to dive into the big game, which is in some senses right around the corner, but in reality about 2 weeks away. So,
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about what we've got planned in the meantime. We'll dive a little bit into what we're looking at for the Super Bowl, but of course, we've got a lot of action between now and then to get into as well. So I guess without further ado, we should jump right in.
let's do it. All right, Mike, let's jump right into our recap from Sunday's action.
Yeah, let's do it. So we've got the promo playbook pulled up here on the screen for you all to see, so you can kind of see some of our action from this past weekend. I have highlighted here all of our bets from the 24th, which I believe was Friday, through the 26th, which was Sunday. So I know we did a brief recap of our bets on Saturday in the previous video, but just kind of to put the whole picture together. You could see we had a little bit of success with our first couple of bets. Our NBA bet hit, our NFL bet hit on Sunday. In terms of our plus 100 FanDuel, that was our every quarterback to get a passing touchdown. And then, of course, we had a little bit of less success with the Super Boost from Bet365. That popped up after the video ended. Hopefully you guys didn't hop on with us. That was Kelsey to get 60 or more receiving yards. He ended up
That was
with
steep.
Yeah, it looked steep.
I don't know what he ended up with, but I thought he must have been hurt or something because they got about 3 targets, it felt like.
Yeah, he had a semi big catch in the fourth quarter. I think he was in the 30s. I don't have it in front of me. He needed a real big catch to get to 60 though. So disappointing.
Yeah, let's take a look at that NBA boost. I mean, that NBA bet.
Yeah.
That was our first bet we did on the channel, so happy to see we're off to some success there. I think it was the only NBA game on the slate that day, so we tackled what was in front of us. Not too much to go over. SGA came through, although I think it was in the last minute, but he got his 35 points and assists. OKC money line. It was tighter than really it should have been, and then Hartenstein with his 8 rebounds. That seemed like a lock, and that came through for us. So off to a good start on the NBA side for the channel.
Yeah, for sure. And that's exciting, especially with the NFL winding down. I think we're going to be really heavily focused on basketball and soccer over the next few months. So good to see it get off to a start. And you see, if you look down the spreadsheet, we've got a few more that we've been looking at as well throughout the week. We have posted the link to view this page in the description. It's in this video. It's in the last video. So if you're interested, we do our best to put all these bets in live. As soon as we place it, we put it on the spreadsheet so you can kind of see what we're looking at. Even if you don't, trail the specific legs of the bet themselves, you can kind of see what promos we're targeting. We put all of that information in, what site it's on, what the promo is, and what the odds are that we're kind of targeting. You typically should know by now, hopefully, but if not, we like to try to get as close to the minimum threshold of the boost as possible, and we really look for the things as close to plus 100 that we can get boosted or we can get a no sweat attached to as we can.
Yeah. Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. Even though we had a relatively bad weekend for the channel, we're still floating in the green, year to date from our 2 weeks doing this, and still super confident about this strategy and just excited to see where this takes us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you can see here that the no sweat really hurt us, and not hurt us, but we missed the no sweat, and then we missed the follow up on the no sweat as well, trying to get the money back, and then of course the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and just to preface on that, it was just tough. I don't know if anyone else had this problem, but if you trailed us, you did. But the no sweats, the timing between the game and the time it took for them to issue us our no sweat bet, we had about 2 minutes to lock in the next bet, so we were really rushed and just kind of went for a more positive play than maybe we would have with more time to think about it. It is what it is. I mean, we're going to miss bets. We miss those ones. But Yeah, the no splits, they were close. They came down to, I mean, Jalen Hurts, he got 3 touchdowns, but couldn't get to 20 rushing yards. Unbelievable. 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, and he would have had it too with that fourth rushing touchdown, or maybe it was the same drive. He got one of the other ones, but he had about a 10 or a 12-yard rush that was wiped off for a hold,
Yeah,
which, happens.
it happens. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, they were close too. Our plus 400 on Caesars. It could have got there, woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's the name of the
Yeah.
game, but I didn't feel like we were well off base with any of these bets, except maybe the Washington one where they got blown out and we had them plus 12.5. But
Yeah.
oh well, on to the next week. I think we've got so many boosts to choose from. Excited to share the ones we've come across with you all, but I think for the Super Bowl, we're going to be, we're going to be prepped for some profit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And we'll do a video with a specific, probably next week, if not this weekend, with a full breakdown of all of the bonuses that are out there, the boosts, the promos, and what we're targeting. We'll talk a little bit about it today, but we're really going to give you guys a full picture. That probably needs its own video, so we'll be looking out for that in the coming days as well. But I guess now might be a good time to hop into our brand new boost board.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll see you over there.
All righty, let's jump right into it. So the first promotion, this one actually came out as soon as the Bills and the Chiefs game ended on DraftKings. So good on them for getting in the promo game early. This is an instant touchdown bet match. Mm-hmm. So they'll match you with a bonus bet up to a $10 bet on an anytime touchdown score for the Super Bowl. So this one's pretty cool, Mike.
Yeah. I think that, I like that they give you the bonus bet right away so you can start to plan it out or even place it if there's something, a number that you like. So yeah, I think that's a good one. It's with, like you said, the first one to pop up, we jumped right on it, and I don't see any problem. You're probably going to have a touchdown prop involved in the Super Bowl anyway. Might as well get a free bet out of it.
Yeah, and a lot of good options for this game too. I mean, Barkley, Hurts, Mahomes had 2 rushing in the last game, so Kelsey, I mean, a lot of good options here. And basically it's 2 promos in one because you get your touchdown bet in, and then you have a bonus bet that you can get wild with for the Super Bowl.
For sure. What do we got next?
Sweet. All right. Next on the docket, should we jump over to FanDuel?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So FanDuel, for me, first I'll start. I had a 50% profit boost for any bet, any market that popped up into my account. Mike didn't get the same one. So we'll show it here on the screen. It's not Super Bowl specific, but we're going to split this one and use it towards the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So just, keep an eye out for a bet like this. It isn't in the promotion section at the top. It's just in your rewards. I don't know if it's random or what, but we figured we'd go ahead and share this one with you as well.
Yeah, and I've noticed this from FanDuel and DraftKings from time to time. One of us will get a promo and the other one won't. I don't know what it's based on, if it's our trends or algorithm or they just randomly pick people, but sometimes you'll get a boost. And if it meets those criteria we're looking for, whether it's minus number or even just plus 100, that's definitely the kind of boost that you're looking for when it comes to any type of, whether it's the same game parlay or it just could be a straight bet.
For sure. So if you get something like this, I'd encourage you to lock it in. I mean, there's no odds minimum, and it's any market. So this is an ideal boost if you're lucky enough. All right. Well, sticking with FanDuel, the next one. So this isn't necessarily a boost, but it is a promotion. This is a pretty big promotion in the betting world. I'm sure even if you don't bet often, you've probably seen commercials for this one. This is the FanDuel Kick of Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Eli commercials, dreaming to be a kicker instead of a quarterback. And I know you placed this one last year and had some success. I don't know if you want to talk about that. I've actually never been involved in this one before.
Yeah, I mean, I just, and that kind of segues me into, we don't have any other ones on the screen yet, but maybe we'll talk about it more on the channel. I am a sucker for this stuff. Anytime I see any sort of play for free, anything free on any of these apps, I always do it, whether it's predicting scores, setting a fantasy lineup for free with. I'm always trying to get an opportunity. I think that might have even been the cause for me getting that 50% boost on FanDuel. I'm not sure though. It might have been a result of one of my, play for free, win a bonus boost, a
Yeah.
bonus, a boost bonus. Anyway, not to go too far off course, but I did place this last year and I did hit. And I think if memory serves me correct, I got somewhere between $15 and $20 in bonus bets for getting it right. So it's definitely worth playing if you hit. And I think this one you pick between Eli and Peyton. I'm not sure if they both just keep kicking it until someone scores. Last year it was will he hit or will he miss?
Yeah.
I think it was Gronk, and I think he missed. But yeah, I went with Eli here. No rhyme or reason. I guess the neck surgeries for Peyton have me a little bit worried there.
Yeah, a little bit younger, played more recently. Hey, I'm down. I'll ride with you.
Sweet. All right. Well, what do we have next?
Well, we have Bet365 up on the bet board. They haven't posted any promos yet. The trend typically with Bet365 is kind of within a 24-hour span is when they start to put their bet boosts out there. They take the very much one day at a time approach, but we do anticipate getting hopefully a 50% same game parlay or a 30% same game parlay. I'd be surprised if it's a no sweat again with it just being one game. But you never
Yeah, and
know.
it being the Super Bowl, I'm sure they'll do something crazy. Never ordinary. That's what they say. And then, I mean, we can just count on a super boost. But what we can't count on, Mike, is if we're going to ride it for the full 15 because it really screwed us last weekend with that Kelsey. Oh,
Yeah,
60
and the
yards.
weekend
Man,
before with the Henry 100 rushing and receiving, which they threw that in there as a trap. We knew Henry wasn't going to get many receiving yards. I think he got
yeah,
0
I
or
wonder
3, I
which.
can't remember.
I wonder what direction they'll go here. Probably not Kelsey again, right? Maybe Barkley, rushing yards, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe
probably do it though. Who are we kidding? But maybe
that.
not the full 15
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to be a little bit more cautious, but we'll see what happens.
for sure. All
And then,
right. Well, next on the docket, sorry if I interrupted, but next we've got the Caesars Mystery Profit Boost.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
so I don't know if we got the same mystery or not, Mike. I think mine was oh, sheesh, I don't have it up. It was either 25 or 30% boost that required minus 500 odds, 3 legs. Is that what you had?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now as we speak. My
Yeah, no worries. I
interest.
know it was negative odd requirements, which I liked. I think it was a relatively small boost, either 25 or 30. So
Yeah,
it's something in the back pocket.
I have mine in front of me right now. I've got a 30% profit boost minus 200 odds is what I've got, but only a $5 maximum. So not a huge wager, but we can throw 5 into something, and we could potentially boost a minus 150 to a plus number.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. That'll go along. That could fit right into my strategy, which we'll reveal in our next video. Since it's one game, me and Mike will have some very similar bets, but we'll also have our own unique strategy. And I think that this boost will kind of play into my strategy, which I'm excited to share next week.
Yeah, nice tease there. Nice tease there. And then I know something we've kind of started to dive into, and Will, you've done it a little bit more than me these past couple of weeks, couple of days as well, is the prize picks in some of the boosts they have there. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we haven't talked about these yet on the video. I downloaded these about, I don't know, a year ago. Prize Picks and Underdog are the two that I have, and they're both very similar. You all have probably seen commercials or done it yourself. It's not quite a sports book. It's a fantasy, whatever. So essentially, they don't give you typical betting odds and money lines and stuff like that. They just give you over unders.
Mm-hmm.
But you can formulate it just like a prop bet in a sports book. So this prize picks one we have on the screen, they have what they call gimme picks, where essentially they give you something that's for all intents and purposes guaranteed Mahomes to get over a half of a passing yard. I mean, that's you hear me say it a lot, but that's actually a lock. So you can combine that with multiple picks and get some crazy odds. But what I've done, we'll talk about in the next video, is I'll just pair it with one pick that I already liked, and then that boosts it from a minus or a plus 100 play to a plus 200 or a minus to a plus 150 in this case. So however you choose to use it, it's a great way to get a minus to a plus.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a smart strategy. Typically, I tend to veer away from these like in the traditional sense because essentially, for the most part, you're just picking the over under, which is close to a coin flip. Which there's nothing wrong with. You might get minus 110 or whatever. We typically try to parlay some safer bets together to get to a plus number rather than one thing that's minus 110 or whatever to try to pick.
Yeah, typically they market it as like, oh, you get 6 picks right and you'll win 10 grand or something, but you never get the 6 picks right. You know that. But this is a little different with this promotion. You can just pair it with one other pick. So you're essentially betting on one thing to happen for a lot better odds than you could get it on a sports book. So I really like this one. And what's really cool about it also is that you can bet up to $25 using this Patrick Mahomes gimme pick. So I definitely recommend this if you're thinking about a touchdown score or someone's over, under on yards, anything like that.
Nice.
Sweet.
And then the last one I see here on the board is the Fanatics pick, and I know I've been tossing it over your way, but I know you're big in the Fanatics, so I'll leave it to you to talk about the specifics of this one.
I have a problem, don't I, Mike? No, this boosts. Oh, like we said in our first video, I mean, we're not loyal to any of these guys. None of these guys are loyal to us. So I scour the web for the best boosts I can find. And I think these ones are at least worth talking about. Obviously, it's a challenge. It's a hurdle. It's not fun to go download and sign up for each app. But once you go through all that, it's fun to have them all because then you can really pick the best boosts available. And the first one we'll look at for Fanatics is a 50% same game parlay profit boost, max $10. And really, Mike, if we're being honest, this is just a better version of what we've been using Caesars for the past 2 weeks because this just requires plus 300 opposed to plus 400. So
yeah, we might have to make the switch. I know that we're usually try to be conservative with the plus 400s. We've been doing, I think, $5 has kind of been our limit on that. And I think we've hit one. I think we're like 1 for 4, 1 for 5 maybe on those, which is probably close to breaking even. I don't know, something like that. So hopefully plus 300 gives us a slightly better chance. We might be able to scale one leg back or even take it off entirely. So I'm definitely interested to see what the lines look like and what we can kind of craft out of a plus 300 play.
Yeah, I mean, and just thinking about it, I mean, the last 2 weeks we've done 2 plus 400s on Caesars, 2 separate ones, $5 each. I'd feel better about one $10 plus 300 one, honestly, especially for one game. You don't have to start, mixing up your picks and stuff. This one's a serious contender for me. We'll see as we get closer to game day, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Super Bowl, so I think it's not unheard of to have a little bit more at stake.
Yeah, and that's for sure going to be the case for us. All right, well, should I jump into this next Fanatics one? They actually have another boost that's worth considering as well.
Yeah, let's do it. This one I'm hearing for the first time.
Yeah, so this one is it's a 25% live profit boost. So this is for you bettors who like to, watch the first quarter, see how the players look, and then bet, or watch the first half, or however you want to do it. But 25% boost, maximum $10. And the minimum odd requirements are minus 500. So you can get a safe play in here.
Yeah, no, I like that. I mean, minus 25, it's a little bit on the, lower than some of the sites that give us, but in terms of a live bet and those with the minus 500 odds, um, there's a little bit of potential there. We've talked about our strategy for live betting, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more in future videos, but I like to kind of, if the game script goes slightly against what I think is going to happen, sometimes you can get the numbers on your side. If you think Kansas City's going to win and they go down early, or vice versa, you might have an opportunity to kind of make a little bit of more money off things you thought were going to happen anyway. But it's always risky with live bets. You never know.
Yeah, you never know with any betting, but
Yeah, that's true.
that's why we do our research. That's why we prep. We try to prepare, and we try to show you all the best boosts on the market so that you can get the best bang for your buck. If you're going to be betting, you might as well be betting with a boost.
Yeah, that's smart. And speaking of betting, we wouldn't want to leave a whole video without giving any picks, right?
Yeah, let's show what we got for tomorrow's action.
All right, let's do it. All right, well, before we end the video, like I said, we wanted to leave you guys with a bet. So today we're looking at Bet 365.
Let's do it.
We are targeting Champions League play. This is a soccer play. All the games are for the final round of the group stage, I guess, or the new
You
league
still call it the
format.
group stage? What
Yeah.
what what do they call it?
I think it's
I don't even know.
the league format stage. But either way, we've got a few teams that have some stuff at stake. But the one that we're going to get involved with is Manchester City because we know they have to win to progress. They've got a lot on the line. They're not the only team, but they're one of the only big teams that needs to win. They know that they need to win, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So we're getting involved with Manchester City. The bet we have here, we found a 3-leg same game parlay plus 100, hoping for a boost. Um, the legs we have, we've got Erling Haaland over 1.5 shots on target. We've got Man City to win because, of course, they need to if they want to progress. And then the final leg of our bet is over 2.5 goals. So we're looking for 3 goals or more. Or I guess over 2 goals, however you want to
Yeah, so
describe
it's
it.
over 2 goals. Technically it says over 2 goals. Does that mean 2 goals is a push? I don't know. Either way, I like it for 3 goals. It is without the half. I feel like it should be a push if it's 2 goals. I don't know though. Maybe not. It says over 2 goals.
Yeah, so I'm treating that as over. It has to be more than 2 goals, but just based on how the odds are. But it could be two is a push. We should know, but we don't.
You're probably right. Yeah, well,
I'm
we're not
hoping for three
experts.
goals. Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping for 3 goals. Uh,
Yeah.
and then if somehow we get lucky, then that'll be bonus.
Yeah, I think Holland over 1.5 shots on target is likely. I mean, especially since they need to score. I think Marmouche is ineligible to play for them in the Champions League, so don't have to worry about him getting subbed off. Although, even if he was eligible, I still don't think you have to worry about Holland getting subbed off. I think the City score result is pretty close to a lock. I know Bet365 has them at minus 500. I saw Caesars has them at minus 900. So some sports books aren't offering you any value here. Bet365 is offering us a little bit.
Hmm.
So we'll throw it in the parlay. Gets it right at plus 100. That's our lucky number, as they say. Hopefully, we'll get that boosted to plus 130. If I'm being honest, if the boost doesn't come through, I'm probably not going to roll with this play because I'm not a City fan, but I am a boost fan. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah, I
see.
agree. It's possible now in the Champions League in the past they've also given us super boosts, so it's possible we get something. I think in the past it's been a shot on target. I remember getting one for Pulisic a few weeks ago. I remember getting one for Alvarez. I think last week or a week and a half ago. So it's possible to go that route. And if they give us something like a Foden or a Holland, just over half a shot on target for plus 100, we'll probably go that route instead of the same game parlay. But we're not sure, so we wanted to build a same game parlay out in advance and in anticipation. And if we get a super boost that boosts a shot on target to plus 100, we'll go that route.
For sure. Lock
All
it
right.
in, Mike.
Let's do it. Anyway, so that's for the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it again. As you guys have seen, probably if you've been following along, we've been switching up the format, trying out new things, and we're going to continue to do that over the next few weeks. So please, leave a comment, give us a like, let us know, give us feedback. Check out the bet tracker. We're always looking to make improvements, and we'll be back to dive deeper into some of our plans for the Super Bowl in the next video.
Oh yeah. Thanks for stopping by.